Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our annual retired reception. My name is Dr. Delilah Jackson. I am the interim Human Resources Assistant Superintendent. And we welcome everybody here today and thank you for coming to support the Pitt County Schools and in particular our special guest of honor, our Pitt County Schools retirees. Let's give them a hand. Thank you, retirees, for all of your 1 hour at a time moments in our district. Now we're going to hear a musical selection from the J.H. Rose High School Band, Blue. The J.H. Rose High School Band performs more than 20 times per year as the more advanced of the two full big bands at the school. The jazz program at Rose High School has filled 25 to 33% of the seats at the Eastern Regional Jazz Band and received consistent superior ratings at the Jazz Music Performance Adjudication. In addition to their performances for school concerts and events, the Jazz Band Blue performs frequently in the community for groups and events such as Pitt County Relay for Life, Family Support Network of Eastern North Carolina, McGregor Downs Nursing Home, and Greenville Gives. Mr. Matt, we have a little bit of introductory music. Mr. Matt Howard is currently in his 7th year as Director of Bands at J.H. Rose High School. He serves as the East Region Jazz MPA Chair and is the Chair-elect for the NCMEA Jazz Section. Let's give him a round of applause. He is committed to providing enriching and engaging music opportunities for all of the students at J.H. Rose. This afternoon's featured piece will be Yardbird Suite, composed by jazz great Charlie Parker in 1946. I introduce to you Jazz Band Blue. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Let's give them another round of applause, please. Thank you, Jazz Band Blue. I saw a couple of you swaying in your seats a little bit. At this time, we will have remarks, and our first remarks will come from Mrs. Amy Cole, Chairman of the Board of Education, and next, after that, we will have Dr. Ethan Linker, Superintendent. You're invited to the podium, please.
Thank you very much. I get very nervous about speeches. Not very good with my words, so I had to write a couple things down. But congratulations to each and every one of you from your retirement from the Board of Education. We are so proud of what you've accomplished, and we look forward, and I know you look forward to what you have in your future. Relax and enjoy each and every day. You definitely deserve it. I am so excited and a bit jealous, I must say. I am on year 21, so I'm in the counting down 9, and my password is I am ready to retire, and then I'm just changing the year as it goes. Okay, so I'm very, very jealous of all of you. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening tonight, and thank you so much for giving a piece of your time and your energy and all your contributions you've given to Pitt County Schools. We very much appreciate it. Personally, I know quite a few of you out there today, so it just kind of breaks my heart a little bit to see all of you going. So, but I know you have much greater things ahead of you. So congratulations again, and thank you.
Please, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Another great day for Pitt County Schools and here in Greenville. 867 years, I think I just looked, right? 867 years. That's a lot of experience walking out the door. That's only for experience in Pitt County. I mean, if you take away the other years that we've all worked in other places before we ended up here, it's well over 1,000. Okay, and again, that's hard to replace, especially in today's world when it's getting harder and harder to find teachers and quality people and every other position we hire for. So it's just a testament to you for sticking through it and going through all this. And I just want to say thank you as the superintendent, retiring superintendent, but had to get one in there. But just thank you for everything you've done for the kids and what you've done for all of Pitt County. To make our school system a better place. So congratulations to all of you, and we'll see you all in 6 months if we get that chance, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Cole, and thank you, Dr. Linker. Retirement can unlock the doors of adventure for you and lead you to create incredible memories. I know about those memories because I'm retired, but I'm back. As you transition from one season of life into another and officially mark the occasion with your updated Facebook status and your Instagram and your LinkedIn and your X. Pitt County Schools wants you to know how truly we appreciate you and how wonderful you are. We value your expertise, your caring spirits, the efforts you put forth that you thought no one knew about, and your loyalty to our students beyond measure. We want to thank you and congratulate you today, our distinguished Pitt County Schools retirees. Retirees, please stand. Let's give them a round of applause. You may be seated before you take your walk of fame. We'd also like to thank everyone in attendance today. Family members and friends, please stand. That means you. Remain standing for a minute. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your loved one with us. And ready or not, we are returning them to you full time now. You may be seated. Principals, assistant principals, directors, board members, and central office staff, please stand. Let's give them a round of applause. Many, many thanks to you for your leadership and support of our retirees. Thank you so much. Now, this time, we're going to further recognize our retirees with a slideshow and a certificate presentation. So at this time, I would like to ask our superintendent, Dr. Ethan Linker, and our Board of Education Chair, Mrs. Amy Cole, to please come forward. She'll stand down here. Retirees, when you came into the building, you should have received a card with your name on it. If you do not have a card with your name on it, please raise your hand. Don't be embarrassed. It's okay. If you take the card out that was given to you, you will see a number on the back of it. If you can't locate your card, it's fine. We can still get you in the lineup. Once you're in line, your name will be called and you will come forward to receive your certificate and take a picture with Dr. Linker and Mrs. Cole, and then receive a gift bag before taking your seat. One of the items in your retirement gift bag is a mini bundt cake that has been generously donated by our district substitute teacher provider, ESS. I would like to ask our ESS district manager, Ms. Elise, to please stand. Ms. Elise Brown? She's out in the back. Thank you so much. Retirees, you're going to line up to my right, your left, and as you are lining up, and you may start lining up now, I will be reading messages from each of your retirees. So please stand at this time and move to my right, your left, and our HR team members will help everyone with lining up. I'll move. I'm going to move. Oh, you're going to move? Yes. Make sure tell me where to go. How far?
Can you hear you?
Oh, I'm not going to read it yet. That's good? Okay.
Who's reading?
I'm reading. I'm reading. I was just moving out of the way. While our retirees are lining up, quietly that is, see, look at them, just like their children. I want to read a poem for you while you're lining up. The day has arrived. The day you thought you'd never see has finally arrived. Turn to your neighbor and give them a high five. You managed to survive your working years and retirement shines before you. Your spouse can nag you full time now and your kids will still annoy you. Yes, these will be your golden years to live life as you please. You can fish, play golf, and power walk at the mall, at least until you give out at the knees. You can take up gardening if you like, and spend all the day planting flowers. This until your hands cramp up after digging in the dirt for hours. Don't worry about getting dressed every day. You earn the right to stay in your pajamas. And all you have to do is turn on the TV and watch your afternoon dramas. Sometimes life may get a little boring, especially when you have no place to be. Just hold on. Family and church members have a long to-do list if you are free. Yes, retirement has its highs and lows, but there's one thing not to forget, to be forgotten. As long as you continue to grow, retirement will keep you on a roll. Adapted by Kelly Roper. We will now start our presentations. James Adams. James has been an employee of Pitt County Schools for over 30 years and has proven to be a reliable worker, is one of unwavering commitment and dependability. Throughout his tenure, James has upheld high expectations of professionalism, consistently exceeding all expectations in his assigned duties. James' departure from CMS marks the end of an era characterized by reliability and dedication, leaving behind a lasting impact on his school nutrition colleagues and the school he has served. Thank you for your service. 32 years of service. Ms. Shirley Atkinson, CMS Middle School, 21 years. Ms. Atkinson has served as a CTE teacher at EPS for 21 years. She has made a positive impact on staff and students over the years. She served as the SGA advisor and assisted with providing memorable opportunities for students during this time. One of her biggest events has been to host the 7th and 8th grade formal each year. Ms. Atkinson always has a smile on her face and has a positive attitude each and every day. Ms. Atkinson will truly be missed, but we hope she enjoys every minute of retirement. Thank you. Johnny L. Bess. Reverend Bess was a bus driver that you could depend on. He was always ready for the task. Having come from a family of school bus drivers, he knew just how to do it and make every student feel special and safe. Making sure the students got to school safely on time was his main goal. After 14 years behind the wheel, he will be leaving us, but he will be missed. 14 years, Transportation Department. Mr. Jeffrey Bowen, Chicago School, 24 years. To know Mr. Bowen is to love him and his stories. He has never met a stranger. His knowledge of history and cars is invaluable. He always puts his students' best interests at heart and seeks ways to better himself. He will be missed. Teacher at Chicago School, 24 years. Ms. Kimberly Baralt. Ms. Baralt has a strong passion for teaching. She is inspiring to both her students and to her fellow teachers. Her commitment to creating hands-on learning opportunities sparked curiosity and enthusiasm for learning in her students. Her willingness to collaborate and share with colleagues create a positive influence upon teachers in the school. Teacher at H.B. Sugg Elementary School, 11 years. Ms. Baralt. Mrs. Tanya Hart Brewer, Pitt County Virtual Academy, 29 years. Mrs. Brewer has dedicated her extraordinary career to serving a special needs population that thrives on the extra love and support she tirelessly provided. She has consistently gone above and beyond to ensure the success of her students, embodying a level of commitment and care that will be deeply missed. We extend our heartfelt best wishes to her as she embarks on her next journey. Thank you, Ms. Brewer, 29 years. Dennis Bunn, custodian, CMEPS, 10 years. Mr. Bunn was dedicated to CMEPS for approximately 10 years as a custodian. We appreciate all that he did for staff and students. We wish him the best of luck on his retirement. Your time is now to enjoy. Thank you, Mr. Bunn. L. Carnell Burney, Recreation Coordinator, Pitt County Community Schools and Recreation, 17 years. Carnell Burney has been a valuable member of Pitt County Schools and Recreation team, blending his experiences to create recreation opportunities for the youth of Pitt County. His commitment to fostering a positive environment is truly inspiring, benefiting participants of all backgrounds. We will truly miss him. Mr. Burney. Ms. Terry K. Claiborne. Ms. Claiborne is the epitome of professionalism and class. Through the years, she has done her job with immaculate attention to detail, unwavering patience, and with style like no other. Your wit, your charm, your fashion, and your kindness will truly be missed. Thank you for everything you have contributed to J.H. Rose High School. As you close the books on this chapter and step into the exciting world of retirement, we hope this next chapter brings you as much joy and fulfillment as you've brought us. Bookkeeper, J.H. Rose, 39 years. Mrs. Kimberly Smith Collette, Digital Facilitator, Innovative Early College High School, 7 years. Mrs. Collette has been an asset to the Early College High School, Innovative Early College High School, through her position as a digital facilitator. She worked hard to establish standard operating procedures that will continue to be used for years to come. We appreciate Mrs. Collette's dedication to her role, and she will truly be missed. Mrs. Kimberly Smith Collette, 7 years. Mrs. Dolores Kroom, teacher assistant, Lake Forest Elementary School, 26 years. Mrs. Kroom, teacher assistant extraordinaire, retires with gratitude for her flexible, caring, and knowledgeable contributions. Her exemplary work ethic and nurturing spirit leave a lasting impact on our school community. Wishing her joy and fulfillment in this new chapter of her life. Congratulations, Mrs. Kroom. Mrs. Donna Crutchfield, teacher, W.H. Robinson Elementary School, 23 years. Throughout her career, Mrs. Crutchfield has been more than just a teacher. She has been a mentor, a friend, and a guiding light to the students of W.H. Robinson, helping them take their first steps in their educational journey. Her innovative teaching methods and ability to connect with students have made a significant impact, fostering a love for learning and a sense of curiosity in the minds of young people. Thank you, Mrs. Crutchfield, for your extraordinary service, your kindness, and your unyielding commitment to the education of the Bear family. Congratulations. Mrs. Kyle M. Dawson, teacher, Chicago School, 27 years. Kyle Dawson dedicated 30-plus years to her beloved profession in elementary education at Stokes and Chicago schools. Her expertise in 3rd and 5th grade earned her respect and admiration of students and families. During retirement, Kyle is excited about the extensive travel opportunities and spending time with her family and friends. Congratulations, Mrs. Dawson. Mrs. Elaine Everett, teacher assistant, Bethel School, 30 years. Mrs. Everett was dedicated to her job. If you needed someone to drive a bus or cover a class, she was willing. As everyone knows, it takes a special people in the school building to help it run, and she did her part. She was rarely absent and could always be counted on to participate in spirit days and any kind of dress-up activities. She will be missed at Bethel School. Congratulations, Mrs. Everett. Mrs. Kimberly Fain, teacher, North Pitt High School, 28 years. Mrs. Fain has unselfishly served at North Pitt for 30-plus years in numerous capacities. Her commitment to her students, their families, as well as her colleagues is unmatched. She has a gift of listening, understanding, and compassion that has resulted in her being the go-to staff member that is going to tell you the truth with a touch of motherly love. Mrs. Fain is a Panther, is North Pitt, and always will be. North Pitt community genuinely loves her, Mrs. Fain. Mrs. Mary Ann Fleming, teacher, South Central High School, 6 years. Ms. Fleming is retiring after being at South Central for 6 years. She has taught a multitude of business classes while at South Central. In addition to being a teacher, she has helped our Falcon Rise by being Falcon Club Advisory, a PLC facilitator, and a member of the Community of Practice. We will miss Ms. Fleming's gentle spirit and her smiling face. We wish her the best in the future endeavors as she will be retiring to sell real estate. Congratulations, Ms. Fleming. Mr. Jim Fletcher, that's you, Technology Resource Specialist 2, 10 years in the technology department. Jim has always taken care of the schools he has covered by being a team player. He has consistently closed the most tickets and has some of the busiest schools as a technician. I'm sure whoever takes his place will have big shoes to fill since he was and is a pleasure to work with. Mr. Fletcher, 10 years. Mrs. Penny W. Gardner, teacher, A.G. Cox, 5 years. From the first day Ms. Gardner stepped into our school, she brought a spirit of enthusiasm and an infectious sense of humor. Whether she was cracking jokes to lighten the mood before a big performance or playing teasing alto about the pitch, she always knew how to bring a smile on their faces. Ms. Gardner has shown an unparalleled dedication to her students. To an unforeseen incident, she recently stepped up to help the band classes practice and prepare for their spring concert. A.G. Cox wishes Mrs. Gardner the best as she steps into this new chapter of her life. Once a Raider, always a Raider, and continue to touch the line. Mrs. Gardner. Mrs. Diane Hudson, Data Manager, Farmville Middle School, 30 years. Ms. Hudson, your dedication to Farmville Middle School as a data manager has been nothing short of remarkable. Your tireless efforts have been instrumental in driving our success. As you begin this new chapter in your life, we want to express our deepest gratitude for your contributions and wish you all the best in your retirement. You will be missed. Diane Hudson, 30 years. Mrs. Susan M. Johnson, school nutrition worker, South Central High School, 30 years. Susan has served Pitt County Schools for 30 years, and her reputation of being a detail-oriented worker remains unparalleled for the school nutrition department. She has a meticulous approach to completing all tasks to ensure that every aspect of food preparation and service is met with high standards. Her departure from South Central High School and Pitt Early College leaves a void in the team, as her keen eye for detail was instrumental in maintaining integrity of the operation. Mrs. Johnson, thank you for your service, 30 years. Mrs. Annie L. Kuntz, bus driver, transportation, 11 years. Miss Annie was a dedicated school bus driver. She mostly drove for the Exceptional Children's Department. She was determined to get the job done. She was always punctual and pleasant. During the tenure of her career in education, she wore many hats. She was a teacher assistant, a safety assistant, but she hung up her bus driver's hat to sit back and love on her family. Congratulations, Mrs. Kuntz, 11 years. Mrs. Nancy Kraft, teacher, Falkland Elementary School, 18 years. Mrs. Kraft started her career 33 years ago. She began her career as an EC pre-K self-contained teacher and continued her career in kindergarten, first and third grade. She most recently served as an MCT with the Falkland kindergarten team. She completed her National Board certification in 2020. She is kind, she is good-spirited, and has most definitely earned this time in her life to slow down and spend time with her family. We appreciate all that Nancy has done for the field of education for the last 33 years. Congratulations, Ms. Kraft. Mrs. Mary Lake, Creekside Elementary School, H.B. Sugg Elementary School, Sam D. Budney Elementary School, 10 years. Ms. Lake is great at building relationships with her students. She is passionate about ensuring her students accumulate well and they transition into our building. Ms. Lake is fantastic at making students learning relevant to their interests. We wish her well on her retirement. Congratulations, Mrs. Mary Lake, 10 years. Mrs. Alice Linker, teacher, D.H. Conley High School, 10 years. Oh, it's okay. You can hug that one. Alice has been key in working with our 9th and 10th grade students with reading deficiencies. She was truly an integral part in the English department and co-taught not only to assist students, but also to assist beginning teachers in their classrooms. She is a highly qualified educator, a true team player who has gone above and beyond her role, and an irreplaceable asset that will be missed at D.H. Conley. Congratulations, Mrs. Alice Linker, 10 years. Mr. Wim Lewis, teacher, Farmville Central High School, 3 years. Mr. Lewis used his real-world experiences to help bring STEM to life for the students at Farmville Central High School. He stepped up in leadership roles when needed and also followed through on commitments. We will miss his presence, but wish him well as he moves into this next chapter of his life. Your time is yours to enjoy, Mr. Lewis. Congratulations. Mr. John Modlin. Teacher, Shakad School, and coach, 26 years. Coach Modlin's legacy as a PE teacher is etched in every game played, every skill learned, and every student inspired to embrace fitness. His dedication and enthusiasm have left an enduring mark on generations, shaping not just bodies, but also minds, with a love for wellness. Farewell, Coach Modlin. Congratulations, Mr. Modlin, 26 years. Mrs. Tammy Moore, teacher, Wintergreen Intermediate School, 28 years. Ms. Moore is an amazing teacher and an incredible human being. She is kind, patient, and dedicated to the best interests of her students. She takes pride in forming positive, meaningful relationships with her students, their families, and her colleagues. I am grateful for the opportunity to have worked alongside Mrs. Moore and wish her all the best in her retirement. Tammy Moore, Wintergreen, 28 years. Mrs. Carrie W. Overby, teacher, J.H. Rose High School, 22 years. Mrs. Overby has always been an amazing teacher who has supported her students and school in any manner that she was asked to do of. Her passion for the culinary arts has filled our hearts and stomachs with joy. Your dedication, creativity, and unwavering support have made a lasting impression and an impact on all of us. May your retirement be filled with much joy and satisfaction as you have brought to others. Congratulations, Ms. Overby. Mrs. Karen Pumphrey, school counselor, D.H. Conley High School, 30 years. Karen's is hands down the absolute most professional, grounded high school counselor I have ever worked with. She handles student concerns with extreme care and support and never leaves a stone unturned with any issue. Her ability to work with her teammates here at Conley is second to none, and she is a leader who sets the bar for the entire department and school. Congratulations, Ms. Pumphrey, D.H. Conley High School, 30 years. Mrs. Keeley Spruill, co-lead psychologist, Sadie Salter Educational Center, 21 years. 2-hour exceptional school psychologist, Mrs. Spruill. Her dedicated and compassionate work with students and staff has created a nurturing, inclusive environment for our schools and our district. Mrs. Spruill's professionalism, support, and fostering acceptance will be cherished as she retires. Thank you, Mrs. Spruill, for your invaluable service and profound impact on comprehensive school psychological services. Congratulations, 21 years, Sadie Salter Educational Center. Mrs. Karen Stokesbury, teacher, G.R. Whitfield, 34 years. Mrs. Stokesbury is a dedicated educator of 34 years. 16 of those years have been spent serving the G.R. Whitfield community. She has touched so many lives, and we're grateful for all the hard work, dedication, and inspiration you brought to the classroom. Congratulations on your well-deserved retirement after many years of outstanding service. G.R. Whitfield School, 34 years, Mrs. Karen Stokesbury. Mr. William E. Taylor. He's not here today, but we're going to read for him because he was unable to make it. Custodian and bus driver, Pactolus Global School, 13 years. He was a hard worker who was dedicated to his job as lead custodian. He was faithful on every level. Mr. Taylor could be trusted to carry out his assignments affectionately and professionally. He rarely missed time at work and always gave 100% of himself to the Pactolus family. He's been missed since he's been retired, so let's give him a round of applause in his absence. Mrs. Elizabeth Riley Trueblood, Director of Career and Technical Education, Central Office, 30 years. As you embark on this new chapter of your life, we want to express our deepest gratitude for the years of dedication and passion you have given as a teacher and CTE director. Your visionary leadership and unwavering commitment have left an indelible mark on our schools and the countless lives of who you have touched. Congratulations, Mrs. Trueblood, 30 years, Central Office, CTE. Enjoy. Mrs. Peggy Louise White, Head Custodian, Elmhurst Elementary School, 30 years. Mrs. White has been an essential part of Pitt County Schools for many years. Her dedication to keeping Elmhurst Elementary School clean and safe has been invaluable. Over the years, she has ensured that our students have a comfortable and welcoming environment to grow and learn. Today, we celebrate her retirement and thank her for her unwavering commitment to Elmhurst. We wish Ms. Peggy all the best on her next chapter. Congratulations, 30 years, Elmhurst Elementary School. Ms. Pamela Williamson, school counselor, J.H. Rose High School, 24 years. Mrs. Williamson has been more than just a school counselor. She has been a guiding light for students, a source of knowledge and support for school staff, and an ally for parents. Mrs. Williamson inspires all around her to be more. I know that will only continue in her retirement. We thank you for your hard work and dedication. The counseling team won't be the same without you. Congratulations, Ms. Williamson, 24 years, J.H. Rose High School. Mr. John Wilson, Administrative Assistant, North Pitt High School, 28 years. To have a Panther alum serve at his alma mater is a true representation of the statement, once a Panther, always a Panther. Mr. Williams' calm demeanor and caring spirit has made him a favorite for all the students and staff at North Pitt High School. His ability to pour do-right into our Panthers has kept several students on the straight and narrow. Mr. Williams' humor, smile, and life conversations will be missed. Stay relaxing, busy, and enjoy your retirement, Mr. Wilson. North Pitt community genuinely loves you. Mr. Wilson, 28 years, North Pitt High School. Mrs. Dawn Winstead, teacher, Ridgewood Elementary School, 11 years. Mrs. Winstead is an amazing educator that has impacted countless lives through her storied career. She has an innate ability to connect with students and staff to foster positive relationships. She makes everyone feel like her favorite student, and has invested the time in them to make an everlasting impression. Congratulations, Mrs. Winstead, Ridgewood Elementary School, 11 years. Mrs. Sandra B. Wright, teacher, Creekside Elementary School, 17 years. Mrs. Sandra Wright was a faithful servant at Creekside. She was born an educator and a true leader, and always went above and beyond for her students and their families. Her compassion, love of teaching, and creative genius are inspiring to those who work with her and will be missed. Mrs. Sandra B. Wright, teacher, Creekside, 17 years. Mrs. Gwendolyn Yarl, teacher assistant and bus driver, Falkland Elementary School, 19 years. Gwendolyn Yarl has been dedicated to her job as a teacher assistant / bus driver for 19 years at Falkland Elementary School. She is known for her phrase, "Do you need anything?" with the biggest smile. Her contributions to staff and students will be missed but not forgotten. She has earned this time in her life to slow down and spend time with family. We appreciate all that Ms. Yarl has done. Congratulations, Ms. Gwendolyn Yarl, 19 years, Falkland Elementary School. Mrs. Deborah Baggett, Assistant Superintendent of Financial Services, Central Office, 26 years. For nearly 3 decades, Mrs. Deborah Baggett provided outstanding service to the district's financial department. In addition to being recognized and honored nationally by her peers on an annual basis, her leadership has always been a reliable cornerstone of invaluable counsel and responsible fiscal stewardship. Congratulations, Mrs. Deborah Baggett, 26 years, Central Office. Mrs. Karen Harrington. Mrs. Baggett, we need for you to come back to the front, please. Mrs. Karen Harrington. There are not many individuals who have more positively impacted and embraced all the aspects of student welfare in our county than Mrs. Karen Harrington. The challenges today are numerous, but through her care and relationship with our professional partners, a dedicated commitment to provide support for young people and their communities will be her legacy. Congratulations, Mrs. Karen Harrington.